Welcome to another episode of By the Railside Podcast, movie review. I'm Zach. With me today, I've got Jordan,
Speedrun,
and Jeff.
Ah!
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at By Railside and Instagram. Just look up By the Railside. And then join us on Twitch Fridays, Saturdays, and Tuesdays, and maybe some other days. Twitch.tv/By the Railside. This week, our Academy Award winning movie is Sleepy Hollow, starring Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, and the classic
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, he didn't have many speaking parts, which I'm pretty upset about because his voice with a headless horseman would have been perfect.
Although, I don't really know how you're supposed to have a voice with a headless horseman. There's no head. He's got no mouth. He can't make a sound. He can make a toot.
Yeah.
I also noticed that Christopher Walken did a whole lot of riding in this movie. It's pretty upset
There
about
was
that.
some walking.
Just a little bit. A lot of striding, if I do say myself. But I guess I'll read the description.
Yeah. Tell us
From
what it's all about, Jordan.
Blazer
Jordan,
346.
what is this movie about?
Let me tell you what Blazer 346 said. It said sorry, not 19. Okay, let's start over. Let's hear what Blazer 346 said. In 1799, young police detective Ichabod Crane, aka Johnny Depp, is sent from New York City to a small town called Sleepy Hollow to investigate a series of murders. Approached by the town's council, Crane discovers that 3 of the murders were some of the same notable men in town. The council also says that the murders are the work of the deadly Hessian horseman, Christopher Walken, whose head has been mysteriously chopped off. With the help of a young sidekick and a beautiful Katrina Van Tassel, Christina Ricci, Crane's investigation takes him farther through the dark woods where more murders have been occurring. What Crane does not realize is that the mysterious horseman is being controlled by someone in his sinister plot to kill the most suitable men in the village.
Bum bum bum.
Bumpity bump. Which actually that's not 100% true. It was not being used to kill the most suitable men in the village.
Yeah, she just wanted to kill the one guy. It's just the other dudes kept finding out.
Yeah, just a series of witnesses that she needed to get rid of.
Yeah. Realistically, had they not found out, this would have been an easy short film. No problem.
Oh yeah, like 20 minutes. So, oh yeah, there's a bunch of people getting killed. I'm Johnny Depp. I'm gonna find out what's wrong with science. Guys, there's a headless horseman. I don't like it. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Back to New York. I need bagels. Give me a everything bagel with schmear and bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh yeah.
Beanin'.
All right.
She still would have had to kill the daughter-in-law, though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
100%.
So 2 people.
Yeah, but that's fine.
3 people?
Let's just
Fucking kill the village.
Yeah, make it count, you know? Release the direct this film.
Quacking.
Tim Burton, release the Burton cut.
Why are you looking at me like
I
know
don't
what that is?
understand.
The Burton cut?
Yeah.
You don't know what the Burton cut is?
I know, like, the
It's
Burton
like the
snowboarding.
Schneider cut, but it's Tim Burton.
So it's the opposite? So Tim Burton's movies always get shorter as he edits them?
Yeah.
There's too much information in this movie. I need 10 minutes max, 5 minutes of credits, 3-minute opening.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell it was a 90s movie because of the fact that the credits were in the opening.
It was actually set in 1799, so you were wrong.
Still 90s, isn't it? Huh?
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's right.
No.
No.
Does anyone else get triggered by him saying the new millennia is upon us, but he meant the next century, not millennia, because the next millennia was not for 200 years.
Oh, I am now.
I don't care. Semantics? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Pedantics?
Yeah,
It won an
potato.
Oscar.
Potato. Yeah. For best art direction, whatever that means.
I don't want potatoes. You bring me potatoes like I fucking asked. Sir, it's just the way I say potato. No. You're dumb. Bring me the manager. Yeah, I won an Oscar for...
Okay, Karen.
Hey, it's Carol.
Hi.
Quran.
Best
that's a
art
book.
direction for set direction, and then it got some BAFTAs as well. It was won a BAFTA for best production design and best costume design. That must have been
What's
for
a BAFTA?
the
British.
big ass fucking titty award.
Hell yeah.
British Academy of Film and Television Arts.
And then we got 2 Saturn Award winners. One for Best Actress, Johnny Depp, and one for Best Music, Christina Ricci.
Had this movie been released in 2020, 2021, it would have lost to Mank.
What?
Yeah, that's the name of the movie, Mank. But it doesn't
I
tell
don't know
me.
what that is.
I
It's a
need
movie,
to know.
I told you
Yeah,
this.
okay, wow. Great.
Jesus.
What's it about, huh?
Dogs? I
It's black and white, so I know it's it's 2020. We have the ability to use color in our cameras.
don't know. I still don't know what this art direction.
1930s Hollywood is reevaluated through the eyes of a skating wit and alcoholic screenwriter Herman J. Mankiewicz as he races to finish Citizen Kane.
All right. Anyways, let's find out what people thought. All right, we'll start with you, Jeff.
Yeah, because you're a people.
Yeah.
Right?
Allegedly. Overall, I didn't mind this movie. It definitely had some mistakes and flaws, but overall, it was all right. I wasn't like staring at the clock on this one or anything like that, so it was okay. The definitely some like real weird things in it, like he fucking used some weird powder, and when it started smoking, he's like, one swipe. That's what it took to kill this man.
Yeah.
How did putting powder on a ground tell you how many chops it took to take his head off?
Cocaine. It was cocaine. And he could, with that, he could smell how hard he was hit.
Yeah. Another weird thing was at the very beginning when Buddy in the cornfield was killed, it showed his blood spray on the jack-o'-lantern scarecrow, but the blade is supposed to instantly cauterize the wound so that there is no blood. So there's that. Which honestly, that's just so that they didn't have to do more special effects or anything like that, because there's no reason for that. Or maybe for like rating. I don't know. Was this rated R?
Maybe PG-13.
I don't well because Johnny Depp got squirted in the face with viscera several times through the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
rated R.
Yeah. That fucking blood tree though, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That was the worst effects in the movie, was the fucking meat tree. But overall, the movie looked okay considering it was made 22 years ago.
Yeah, it was decent. Yeah, the blood tree, when he got one like gob shot at him, it looked like someone used like a squirt gun. Like that's where it came from. You're just like, the way he's hitting the angle, like the projectile was coming like head level. So
it was way too high.
Yeah. You're just like, why? That's not how blood works.
Yeah.
One of the other things I noticed, especially with the blood, is when he started hacking up the headless pregnant bitch.
Yeah.
And he was just getting sprayed with like blood everywhere. I'm like, that was one of the first kills. There would be no blood, and even if you go like, oh, but her head was like, the head wounds were cauterized. Yeah, but not her stab wound to the gut.
No, it was cauterized.
I mean,
100%. You got to cauterize the fetus's wound.
I half expected Johnny Depp to say that the fucking headless horseman took the baby's head too, or something like that.
Yeah.
I was hoping they went there. They're just like, nope, he's a madman. It's like, no shit. He just decapitated like 3 people. Why did this tell you? But yeah, like, she's dead. She has no heart. She has no blood pressure. You're not gonna get fucking sprayed. And even if like, and that's beside the fact that she's been dead for like 3 days, her blood would all be coagulated.
Yeah, even more than 3 days, because when they first sent Ichabod out to go there, I think it was like kills over the course of 4 weeks. I think is what they said. Yeah, and it takes him 2 days to get there. So
Yeah.
she had been dead for almost 5 weeks, so a month and a bit. And then she's just like, you know what? I've been holding all this in. Maybe
She's just real gassy, okay?
it was her time of the month. That's what it was. Extra blood
God.
there.
Another weird inconsistency is when they buried Christopher Walken, they just cut off his head, right? And then threw him in a hole.
Yeah.
And then when they Christopher Walken, all his armor and shit was gone and his head. It was just a skeleton there. Like it takes a hell of a lot longer for cured leather and metal to decompose.
No, it didn't decompose. The sword was still there because it was the marker on the grave. But what I think happened is when hashtag spoilers, the evil stepmother. I shouldn't have to spoil for her because every movie made before 2000, I guess. It's always the evil stepmother.
Yeah.
Maybe when she dug up Buddy to get his head, she's like, well, fuck, I'm going to need some capital to buy all this ritualistic witch stuff that I need, like newt tails and powdered bat wing and dandelions.
Yeah, crow's feet.
Foot.
Yeah, crow's foot.
Crow's foot. No, that was the soup for Johnny Depp to get healed, even though his wound was perfectly fine.
And guinea pig ears.
Those are just for snacking.
Yeah.
So yeah, she stole the armor and then sold it to get some capital.
She's married to the richest man in their town.
Yeah, but if she goes like, "Hey, honey, can I have like 1,500 gold for stuff?" You know,
they traded gold in the 1800s.
I don't know what they used in the 1800s in Sleepy Hollow.
It wasn't that millennia yet.
True.
What was it?
1799.
They have paper money.
I think they
I
traded.
have no idea, to be honest.
They traded in people.
She was getting railed in the bush.
Oh yeah, but no, that was all her plan. She's like, I'm gonna seduce this boy.
So she was getting railed by the priest, which whatever. But it's a little odd that the priest was railing a woman and not a small boy. But
that's what I was going to say.
1799.
You stole my joke.
See, well, okay, this is why. Before you go on, sorry.
Yeah.
The reason he was having sex with a full-grown woman was because all he had to say is one word, and she's burning in the center of town, and that's witch.
Oh, that is true.
Whereas nowadays, you just coerce the child.
What was the purpose of him? Like, was he just into blood?
No, that was she was doing a blood sacrifice.
So that's why you're just marking him for that, or
yeah, I think so.
Because he died because her husband shot him. And then he fucking conkied the other guy with a giant wooden cross, and apparently that just killed him. I don't know what kind of god strength this priest had, but he cranked him right top of the head, and the guy was just dead instantly.
Power of Christ compels you, man.
Oh, that guy. There's no way.
Yeah, I took it as she was just like casting a some sort of spell on him to like either keep him shut or cursing him, right? That's what I took, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we kind of got derailed. What did you think of the movie, Jordan?
I'm trying to figure out why she cut her hand. I enjoyed it for the most part. I think the first 2/3 of the movie were the better part, and then it sort of seemed like Tim Burton. There was like half an hour left in the movie, and he was like, "Oh fuck, I forgot. We have to get to an ending." Yeah. And so he just started like yeeting closures in our face, like, "You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. She's alive. What? Fuck." No head, and then he gets his head, and then he kisses her and bites her, and then that's it. Now she's in Demon Town with Reverend Spiky Mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. Like, I think the pacing could be a little bit different, like more spaced out, and just more of a resolution at the end, because it kind of just kind of just seemed like it was a stepmother. Ha! She's dead. And then like 5 more minutes of just like Johnny Depp going back to New York, where it is now snowing for reasons.
Yeah. Snowing in New York, but Sleepy Hollow was like just a early fall day.
I mean, to be fair, I was in Selkirk the other day and it was like 30 degrees and like super sunny and shit. And then I drove home, which is like 10 minutes away, and it was a torrential downpour. So shit could happen.
You just got doxxed. You doxed yourself.
Oh my god, I live in Cayuga, Ontario. Somebody shoot me.
It's okay because we've painted the picture of you being a large man who lost weight. I don't know where I was going
Instead
with that.
of what he actually
be a good
is?
joke, though. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a large man.
I
who was
couldn't
recently
remember.
lost
I
weight.
couldn't remember had we mentioned a bunch of the weight loss stuff, but I think it was like way in the beginning. You know, when we had like 2 viewers.
No, you got.
Now we got 4 at least.
Man, you gotta buy a bigger hat. Apparently, your head's huge.
I know.
Being famous changes you.
It does.
What did you think of the movie, Shitbirds? Back on the rails.
Yeah, I
Choo-choo.
enjoyed the movie. I was expecting more, like just based on the cover and the description of what's going on. I was expecting more horror elements to it, but it almost seemed comical. Maybe that's just how like some horror movies were in the '90s. It's just so like it was just funny instead of scary. But I think the scariest thing to me in this whole movie was a young Ichabod. That child scares the shit out of me. Like, I'm going to have nightmares about that kid just because he looked fucking spooky.
Mama.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, like, pacing-wise, it was a little bit odd and off. But and then going back into the city. So he's a detective who is sent away because his crazy ways of trying to use scientific based evidence to solve crimes instead of like beating people to a pulp until they confess and then killing them and sentencing them. And
They didn't kill them, they threw them in the brig.
yeah. So that just is just blowing people's minds. They're just like, what? Science? Get out. And they send him away. He finds this thing that defies his science completely, is mystical witchcraft. And then he goes back to the city with a wife and a child. And then he's, I don't even know. Like, is he going back to work? Or is he going to tell people what he saw? Or is he just going to just keep beating a dead horse and be like, hey, you know what? We should, science. And they'd be like, but I could punch. He'd be like, science.
Pretty scientific, honestly.
Punching?
Application of force.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't tell strong guys that. Like, you're using science every time you punch someone. And they're like, oh, let me show you science, little man. Punches your face so hard you implode. No, what I think he was going to do is he was going to rail the shit out of his wife. Write a book about the spooky demons, and then have his new child slave, which he got for free, corroborate his story. Be like, yeah, no, the spooky demon killed my dad. Now this guy is fucking a chick and makes money off of it.
Yeah.
I'm still his manservant.
I think that the thing that they did well is I've never seen this movie before, and I couldn't predict who it was that was trying to off everyone. Like I just separated from everything. I didn't have it fall into that stepmother stereotype 90s type movie. I was just like, okay, who's doing it and why? First you think, oh, it's the dad. Because all his buddies start dying, and you're like, okay, that kind of makes sense because he sort of leads you in that direction. And then once he gets murked, and you almost think, oh, it's this fucking girl that I've been pining over, who I followed into the woods, who was just out there for some reason, and then burned my evidence. So you're like, holy shit, this is the girl. And then it turns out it's the evil mom, stepmom. I actually want to point out how far stepmoms have come from 1999 till now.
Yeah, 1999 they were just the evil stepmom, and now they're actually coming.
Yeah.
What are you doing, stepson?
This house ain't headless no more, you know.
Fellatio. Sorry, go ahead, Jeff. I won't interrupt you with fellatio again.
It's okay. I think that was kind of almost a flaw of the movie, because they clearly tried to mix a like mystery with a horror movie, and I don't think they did either of them exceptionally well. Like you said, the movie wasn't scary, and they didn't do the mystery part well because his evidence was non-existent until he put everything together at once that he had just collected all at the exact same time. So I think their combination of the genres was pretty poorly done, honestly, because in a good mystery you are supposed to be like collecting the evidence throughout the whole movie, being able to follow along and being able to make your own clues. Outside of the people that died, you got no evidence. They didn't show you and walk you through like the family tree and whatnot at the beginning so that you could put things together or anything like that. He just happened to open the Bible, look at it, and be like, "It's Jimmy."
Yeah.
So yeah, like I didn't mind the movie from a horror movie perspective. It definitely wasn't scary, but I mean it's a 90s horror movie. But as a mystery movie, it definitely failed, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, because you know who's killing everybody. They show you right there.
You don't know who,
It's
because
the headless.
sometimes they remove the head to prevent identifying.
Yeah. Yeah, because that threw me off too. Is like, yeah. And then he's like, but you know who it is. Well, everyone knows who it is. Well, how do you know? Well, because he's the only fucking guy in the tower.
Yeah.
Come on, Johnny Depp, who, honestly, like, that's the most weak stomach detective I've ever seen in my life. Like, he just looks.
Well, he doesn't get much chance to actually like do any detective work because everyone back in New York is like, "Excuse me, we're not savages." Yeah, sorry. Yeah, throw him down the 12-foot pit, please, and make sure that guy chained upside down. Just smear the shit on his face. Yeah. Just everywhere.
And our generation's definitely desensitized to like gore and whatnot because of internet and movies. In the 1800s, seeing gore and whatnot would actually be a shock to the system, right?
Yeah. Whereas nowadays they're like, yeah, no, I grew up with fucking Mr. Hands and 2 Girls, 1 Cup and 3 Guys, 1 Hammer, which at the end of it was named 2 Guys, 1 Hammer.
Unlucky.
Whoops.
The other one wasn't a guy anymore.
He was a gargling mess. I want to bring it back to something a bit more lighthearted. I think it might be, and maybe I'll write a paper on this. It's the Johnny Depp effect. Whereas, like, it doesn't matter what he's trying to do, it's gonna be funny in most cases.
Yeah.
Because, like, even just watching his performance in this movie, it was made years before Pirates of the Caribbean. But all I could see half the time from his mannerisms were either it was a mix of Willy Wonka or Jack Sparrow.
He plays flamboyant very well.
Yeah, and even like I haven't seen The Tourist. I don't know if he plays a more serious role in The Tourist with Angelina Jolie, but even like the other movies like The Rum Diaries, where he plays it's that goofy dude. What other ones? It's
Sweeney Todd, Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah,
that one actually I really enjoyed him. He did that very well.
I like almost all of Johnny Depp's roles. I don't necessarily like all the movies, but I think he's a pretty good actor who's gone through fucking hell.
The Secret Window was another one he did extremely well.
I haven't seen that one.
It's actually really good. I think you'd enjoy it. In my opinion, it's a better version of this. It's sort of along the same lines, like genre-wise, but it's better done. Like, it's not as like he. It's actually a lot more serious throughout the entire movie.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what way they were going to take this movie, because other than The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and The Headless Horseman, I didn't know anything about this movie, so I didn't know if they were going to go the whole, it was just someone else and there's a scientific explanation, all this kind of shit, or if it was going to be like supernatural and whatnot, because to me, if they went with the supernatural route, they should have had that do a lot more to Depp's psyche. You know what I mean? Like everything he's ever believed in is shattered, and the memories of his mother, quote unquote, being a witch suddenly come back, and his mother's death. It should have had a lot more of an effect on him rather than, well, oh well, we going back to York, I guess.
Yeah, like, well, even after he saw the Headless Horseman for the first time, he stayed in his room for what, 2 days? Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And then came out and was just like, all right, I've had time to deal with my trauma. Let's catch this ghost. Like,
Yeah.
no, that would not happen. If you saw, as a normal person, if you saw a ghost straight up kill a dude and then almost stab your giblets to get his head, you would not leave your room. Well, you would be fucking locked in a padded room for years. There's no getting over that trauma. There's no just like, all right, I'm over it. Yeah, I'm just gonna catch the bastard. Like, no head, head makes move, body no head, move, no head, move head,
Circumcision, almost.
cut PP, took the head,
Yeah.
he had no head.
Maybe you just.
What was with the whole holes in his fucking hand storyline? That
Oh, you didn't see
had
that?
no payoff whatsoever.
What do you mean? He
Like,
saw his mom in an Iron Maiden, and then he stumbled back on a
which
chair
they
with
never
couchy.
actually used. Iron Maidens were like fucking museum pieces. They didn't actually exist.
I seen one.
In a museum, probably.
No, I never. Don't you dare ever accuse me of being to a museum. How fuck I am livid.
But you know what I mean? Like, they did this thing. They showed his hands. He's got a bunch of holes. His girlfriend brings it up. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it." And then it's just he backed onto a torture device after finding his mom in a machine that they didn't ever actually use. Like, I understand it was like to link to his mom's murder kind of thing and all that, but it just seemed like the holes in his hands and that whole part of it was completely unnecessary. I thought they were somehow going to link that to like when he got stabbed by the Headless Horseman and then thrown with the sword. Did anyone notice that?
Yeah.
He got stabbed and then thrown with the sword. And then they're like, oh, he barely bled and it's healed already and all this kind of stuff. I thought that was going to have something to do with his hands. Like his mom like drained his blood or something as a child and now he just has like weird healing or something weird like that. But they're just like, nope, we're now going to ignore the shoulder wound and it just, he stepped on a torture device when he was a baby. Like all of that seemed really unnecessary and no payoff whatsoever.
The more I think about it, the more I'm like leaning towards his mom was definitely a witch.
Yeah.
Like I kept joking about that, and I'm thinking his dad was part of. I'm assuming that's his dad who killed his mom, and I'm pretty sure that was the back of a church.
Yeah, it was definitely
that's how you got rid of sin, was through torture.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking
it was definitely the church killing witches. That's definitely what happened.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that's why he wasn't as freaked out because like he's maybe unrepressing all these memories of his mom actually like doing magic, maybe teaching him magic, and that's why he's not as freaked out.
Maybe.
Because it doesn't make any other sense to me unless you've already experienced magical things, like seeing them for the first time, especially a malevolent magic thing that's trying to possibly kill you because he didn't know that at this point.
Yeah, because it could definitely put it through that. Because even before he started having the dreams, I think that's when Christina Ricci's character gave him that book of like spells for dummies type thing, and then he didn't open it. He just kind of like scoffed at it. He's like, "Come on, like I believe in real science, like
this science. I cut up bodies."
Yeah." And then the more the dreams came and the more vivid and the farther into his dreams went, he sort of just started to like realize until the very end for some reason where he's like, man, I've seen this thing twice, once under my bed. And then he opens the book and he's like, oh my God. It's
Yeah,
to protect loved ones, not
The
kill them.
only time he opens the book just happens to go to the page of the only symbol he's seen the whole time he's been there.
Yeah. And then he
That's
was like,
convenience.
oh, this bitch loves me.
Seriously
Oh, I gotta
loves me.
save her. And then,
His bone glows red.
so I'm guessing that was a flour mill, correct? That they were in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is flour that explosive.
Yeah.
I don't know about like that explosive, but with the particles in the air, yeah, it'll go up.
That's what I was assuming happened. Like there was flour or something equivalent to flour on the top, and as the beams got weak, because I mean, I'm assuming that place was long deserted. It looked like shit inside and out. So I'm assuming like the floorboards fell.
That's just New York.
Yeah, that was outside of New York. That's Albany. But yeah, I'm assuming like the flour on the top shelf fell, boom, puffed out, and then it just caught on fire from there. Because you can do that with flour.
Yeah.
We have a big bag of flour. Do you want to try it? I
have there's forest fires all over the place.
I'm not talking about doing it outside.
Isn't there like videos online of people like putting flour in their mother's like hair dryer, and then it just like turns into a flamethrower?
Yeah. So I guess that makes sense, but what didn't make sense is this fucking headless horseman. All right, so if he comes from hell, everything I've seen in regards to demons and hellion creatures, if you light them on fire, they go bye-bye. Like they're done. And this guy just walked his ass out until
I have never heard that demons have a weakness to fire. I've always heard that demons are basically immune to fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Jeff on this one. I think you're being a silly bitch.
No, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Like that's where when like the undead and stuff like that, because that's basically what he was.
Was he a demon or undead? Because like zombies and undead, yeah, they get hurt by fire big time. But like anything coming from hell, I think would have an immunity to fire.
Yeah, he's more of a malevolent spirit than undead, right? Because he actually has to traverse the boundary between hell through the death tree, right?
Yeah, and it's not him like actually coming from his bones, right? Because you see like his body's right there with the sword, and as soon as he gets like called, the tree like wraps around his bones, and I guess maybe uses that as a medium to open the portal.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess so. But then when his head reattaches, that was he just sort of put it on, and then so it was almost like that his bones were there with him. So I don't know if the tree transferred everything over, because technically that means like that head shouldn't have just reattached.
Well, I mean, he's a spooky ghost. He doesn't really follow laws of physics, right?
Yeah. Although the head was the OG bone. Yeah. Because the head was from the grave, so that would be the only thing that is still original. So maybe it's just like Hellion demon body, and then he didn't have a head, so he just found one, popped it on. And that's how he grew all his skin and flesh back.
Which wasn't terrible CGI for 1999. That little growing scene.
I've seen worse than Happy Feet.
Yeah. That's a throwback to a previous episode. You should go back and listen to that.
I also want to point out that I think Happy Feet was a more legitimate choice than this movie for award winning.
How dare you?
Did you pick this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know the best thing about it though is I think that was the last one of Jeff's choices.
Yeah. It was
Probably.
Jeff's all other choices. It's just me and Jordan now.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what my other two were.
Parasite and the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Wolfman was fucking horrendous.
Yeah, Parasite was actually not that bad, and the last four that we've got going on, I'm actually pretty hyped for. All of them. Well, I've seen two fully, most of one, and just clips from the other one.
Yeah. Speaking of, I should probably roll the thing while we're still talking.
Yeah. I want to start a new section, if you guys are okay with it. I didn't actually prepare. I just thought of it this section. So if you want, like, I don't know if Jeff, you actually take notes or not, but as we're going through these movies, if you want to keep track of like likes and gripes, we can actually have a segment where we go through specific things that we wrote down. An example is actually right at the beginning of the movie when the coach driver gets his head cut off. the body would not have stayed in the coach seat. That motherfucker was bouncing around. And
instant rigor mortis, boys, glued to the seat.
Is that what happens? Like, I guess the sword it severs the nerves and then just seals the nerve ending. So it's like, okay, no, we stay exact position that you're in.
Yeah,
Yep,
and
that's
then
exactly what happens.
when Buddy leapt out of the speeding horse-drawn carriage and just hit the ground once and didn't move. That was not like he should have rolled a couple of times. Wig probably should have popped the fuck off.
No, that's the whole outfit. That's like in 1799, it was a different time. They had probably about a 4-hour just for men. Women's was way longer, but they had a 4-hour process of getting dressed in the morning. Like you got your special socks that go under your actual socks to support the ankles, and then you got your special white sock that covers up part of your pants, which actually is your 4th layer of pant. You got 6 ruffled shirts on, so just a combination between his mass amount of clothes and powdered wig.
Dude, no wonder so many people just died. Like so many clothes, heat exhaustion for one.
Yep.
Also,
Can you imagine how sweaty you'd be under all that bullshit?
Yeah, and there's no way you're taking all that off to piss. You're pissing yourself.
You don't
all
have the time. That's why they all had knives with them. It was a lot faster to just sew the seams back together. That's why a seamstress was such a popular profession back then. It's like, yeah, this is Pablo, my seamstress. What does he do? He cuts my pants when I need to pee and sews them back up when I'm finished pee. Another issue I had was the sheer amount of children that would have had shaken baby syndrome from running around in carriages. Because Jesus fucking Christ, there is not a moment of peace unless you were off of it completely. Even like stepping onto the damn thing, you're fucking. Okay, let me. Oh fuck. No, can't do it. And that's why I think the caste society sort of dwindled out, because as the rich folk kept getting more and more carriages, they kept getting shaken more and more, so their brain function decreased to a point where the working class could finally take over.
Rise up.
And
destroy the bourgeoisie.
Now that we have good shocks in cars, it's happening all over again. The bourgeoisie are back.
And they control the birds.
I don't know what kind of demon tools Johnny Depp was using. Although I guess it is somewhat explained. He's like, these are tools of my own making. So I'm thinking he was like the first ever mortician. Yeah. But not even a good one. Like he's an amateur mortician.
Yeah, with a weak ass stomach.
Because, like I said, he doesn't get any practice. They're like, you want to cut open the body to find out what was wrong with it? Gross. We're not heathens. Burn it.
Yeah. just basically calling him a witch. But they can't burn him because he's a man.
Yeah, that's like.
I'm pretty sure they did burn male witches back then.
Well, those
I'm pretty
wizards?
sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was still called witches.
Grandpa.
Sorcerer.
Grandpa. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Like, Grandma was Chinese and Grandpa was a witch.
This is a good year for Tim Burton too. Let's find out. Tim Burton was a super popular director. I think he at the time, or early on in the 90s, he was actually he was one of the ones that they wanted to direct Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat movie.
No.
They tried to get him.
You would have had Johnny Depp in it.
Yeah, it would have been bad. Or worse.
Okay. Sorry, I was just looking up the differences between a wizard and a witch. So yeah, the whole bunch. So a wizard is someone who's gone to school to learn how to do magic. It's a professional title, sort of like a doctor.
Yeah, witch is nature magic, right?
Yeah, generic term. This one says it's a generic term for female magic user, and is often used as a counterpart for either wizard or warlock, and can also refer to a particular type of mythical non-human species called hags. That's just rude. But yeah, I think it is. It's more like I've been in the woods for my entire life, and I've been eating plants and figure out what it does, and I can just do magics now.
Yeah, it was a term given to Wiccans, right?
Yeah.
Or nowadays, it's given to Wiccans.
And then it's got a warlock is someone who's been granted magical power by a pact made with a greater power of some kind, usually a demon. And a sorcerer sorceress is someone who has great natural magic talent, but little formal training.
Wait a minute, Sweeney Todd was made in 2007?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's still wearing the same white makeup. They just put a little coal ash on his face.
Tim Burton also did Planet of the Apes? Jesus.
Yeah, with Mark Wahlberg.
Mac.
I haven't seen it. I've seen a few of Tim Burton's movies, actually, now that I look at it. I've seen Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Sleepy Hollow, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Corpse Bride, Sweeney Todd, Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, I've seen Frankenweenie.
I have not seen Frankenweenie.
I think I saw it in theaters with your sister.
Probably. Sounds about right.
Sounds awful. Frankenweenie?
Yeah.
It's a Frankenstein wiener dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
Basically, a kid's dog dies, and then he plays Frankenstein and brings it back to life. It gets real sad at some points, not gonna lie.
Did you cry?
Nope.
Cry over an animated dog?
I'm a man, and I held it in.
The Play-Doh dog that was dead and is now alive is now dead again. Whoa.
Hey, that was a beautiful Play-Doh dog. Not really. That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Called claymation for a reason. It was clay.
Yeah. And after Johnny Depp did this, he pretty much jumped right into Pirates of the Caribbean.
Fuck yeah. That's so maybe
Pirates
he was
of the
just
Caribbean
using
are that old?
Yeah, first one came out in 2003. He did.
Also 4 years after.
Yeah, he did Sleepy Hollow. Some other movies I don't know. Blow, which apparently is really a big deal.
Hey, fun fact, I had a nickname in high school from that movie.
Yeah, Tuna.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, Johnny Depp did quite a lot, and now he's just getting kicked out of things because that dumb bitch Amber Heard is fucking up his life, which he met when he did the Rum Diaries. She's also in that. Did you guys see that? I know Jeff probably wouldn't care, but they released the title for Aquaman 2. So they actually have not started filming it. So there's still a chance that she'll be fired.
No, she is fired.
Oh, she is fully fired?
Yeah, she was fired a while ago.
Excellent.
Her and Amy Schumer.
Yep.
Although Amber Heard, there's very good reasons for me not to like her. Amy Schumer, I have a strong seething rage for.
Dude, she's a joke stealer. There's 100% reason to hate that bitch.
Before I even found out about the joke stealing, I don't know what it was. It's just all of my 1950s toxic masculinity is brought out by Amy Schumer. She makes me a worse person, and I think she should be removed.
You're going out measuring sticks, so they're like, is this one as big as my thumb?
Why do you think I
can't
got so
use anything
fat?
bigger.
Fucking Amy Schumer, I'm coming for you. Rule of thumb, baby. Guess what? My thumb's the size of my fucking wrist.
Yeah, you should probably go see the doctor about that.
No, I just keep hitting it with a hammer. It's fine.
Swell.
Johnny Depp's best role. Go.
Oh.
There's only one correct answer, by the way.
It has to be Jack Sparrow.
Jordan.
Edward Scissorhands.
Incorrect.
He's got a fucking sucked-in face like he's a supermodel.
The correct one
I'm sorry, why would you know the correct answer first time?
is Guy Lapointe from Tusk.
Oh.
Yep, okay, no, that's good.
Yeah. For all those who don't know, Tusk is a wonderful Kevin Smith movie. And the premise is that a man is taken and transformed into a walrus by an evil scientist. And Johnny Depp plays the detective that tries to find him. Because Johnny Depp and Kevin Smith are buddies, and so are their daughters.
Their daughters are
Right.
friend.
All right, no matter what you rolled, I found the next movie we're watching.
I just want to before we move on, I want to say that I believe his role in Marilyn Manson Kill for Me, a video short in 2017, his portrayal of Man was fantastic.
We have to watch Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, the movie, where he plays Donald Trump.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, this seems like it's gonna be good. All right, so we do have a Nick Cage category. Maybe should we toss up a Johnny Depp category? Oh, when he
He
played,
has a lot of movies.
yeah, Black Mass. He played that fucking big mafioso guy. That was a pretty serious role. He didn't have much jokes in that one, but
Rango.
oh yeah. Oh, then he got in big trouble because he was in the Lone Ranger because he played Tonto, and then everyone got mad because they cast a white person. Tonto, I'm pretty sure itself is like a very racist role.
Yeah, 100%.
Like if you go back to the original Lone Rangers, like the show, like that's, ooh,
It's the same as fucking Short Round.
yeah.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones. And Tonto was probably just like, oh, I smell water.
Yeah.
In the ground, Kimosabi.
Ooh. Probably not a good time to be doing impressions of Native
I'm
Americans.
doing an impression of someone doing an impression.
Oh yeah, the original.
I'm pointing out racisms.
Flaws. See what John Wayne was a big racist.
There's a lot of big racists. Apparently,
It's almost like
Gandhi
all
wasn't a
cowboy
great
movies
guy.
are racist.
I learned that on the internet. He
Yeah.
was apparently a piece of shit, and that's why, if you remember from the movie South Park, when they put Gandhi in hell, that wasn't a mistake or a joke. Apparently, he was just a shit person.
Well, that's good.
Not really.
Well, when you're hungry all the time, like that's why they have those Snickers commercials, right? And
Yeah.
you're not yourself when you're hungry.
Okay, but you can't just
If
be
you
like,
gave Gandhi a Snickers, he'd be so happy.
yeah, but I don't know specifics on what he's done, but like I'm assuming like something bad enough to get you put into hell is probably really bad. Like it's
I
not
mean,
Snickers worthy.
it's
It's not like walking up to fucking I can't. I'm trying to think of a racist's name right now. Oh, Donald Trump.
Cletus.
After him having
That's
said
pretty
the N word, be like, "Hey man, have a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry." And then he eats it, and then he turns into classic 2016 Barack Obama's.
I mean, to be fair, it also depends on like what version of the Bible you're reading. You can just like go to hell for like looking at your neighbor's wife and being like, "Hey, she's pretty," and then you're like, "You're coveting, go to hell."
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to hell right now. I'm like, because I'm mixing
Definitely going to
threads.
hell.
Yeah.
I got polyester
Yeah.
and cotton on. Going to hell.
Yeah,
I
you're
eat shrimp
not
on a
allowed to do
Saturday.
Fuck! Dude, that's terrible.
But I can.
And you didn't want to see Mom again, and now you're going there. Unlucky. You better go suck Jesus' dick.
No, it's fine. I found
Wait,
a
no,
way to
that's gay. You
destroy
can't
my
do that.
soul. I'm gonna sell my soul to a demon, and then it'll become fuel for that demon, and therefore I will not be alive anymore.
Sell it to the Headless Horseman.
No, he's not a headless
Hessian.
horseman anymore. Now he's just a
Oh.
regular dude with sharp teeth.
Sell it to the
Did you
Headed
see
Horseman.
his real
wanna give
teeth
me a
behind
soul?
the sharp teeth?
Well, yeah, I actually didn't catch his real teeth behind it. The false teeth were fucking like, wow.
Yeah, they just like put like it looked like they put black electrical tape over his real teeth and then just put the pointy ones in front of it.
Yeah, he did have a good Christopher Walken scream though. At least they got that in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
You want to hear some goofs?
Sure.
goofs.
Sorry, the first goof was the tree part where he's hacking into a tree and he's getting squirt in the face from above. I'm just picturing like Tim Burton on the other side of that tree. Like, okay, Johnny, you're gonna start just start cutting the tree like you would, like you're just cutting a piece off the tree. He's like, what are you gonna do? Like him just like trying to hide a squirt gun filled with fake blood. Nothing. And every time he hits, just
Yo, that one was a solid like if that was a cum shot in a porno, like that was a good shot.
Why do you pay attention to that?
Hey,
Why do you
So
pay
if you
attention to
need
that?
help.
it's the finish happens as I'm in my shame moment, so I haven't fully turned off the video. Where I'm just like, oh, there's a mess, and I'm just like, fuck, and then fuck.
No, I'm staring at this guy's massive load, and I look down at my own pathetic amount. Then I get even more sad. Why are you looking at the size of guys' loads?
It's not the
First off.
size, it's that
It's
trajectory.
the
you know?
girth.
Trajectory.
Yeah.
It's
It's not the
just,
way.
I just love looking at dicks, you know? You guys are fucking gross. It's like, ooh. As a normal straight man, I obviously don't watch porn with humans in it.
What?
You heard me.
Hentai only.
It's a cartoon. It's
Hentai-
not real, and therefore it's not.
Hentai
illegal.
and Mr. Hands are the only thing Jordan can get off to anymore.
I do not get off to Mr. Hands anymore. Rest in peace. Out of respect, I will spank it to that jar video though, because he's still alive.
Yeah, and he still does that. He just fills the jar with sand now.
Yeah, he learned from his mistake. Well, something I didn't know, and I read in an interview with that guy, is that his family was in the room next door. That's why he couldn't make any noise. It wasn't that he's just like the toughest motherfucker on the planet. It's just he couldn't make noise, or else his family would be alerted to the fact that he's inserting an entire jar into his anus.
Here's a neat little fact. The windmill in Sleepy Hollow is actually homage to the burning windmill scene in Frankenstein, 1931.
Ho ho. Interesting fact about Frankenstein. I think it's very appropriate that he's remembered as the monster and not the doctor. Because everyone says when you say Frankenstein, your first thought isn't Dr. Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein's monster, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's poetic justice, as he will never be remembered as the man who went to medical school and then got kicked out for stealing dead bodies. He'll be remembered as a bunch of bodies taped together, causing mayhem.
He is the monster, and the monster is Frankenstein. And here's another fun fact. Sleepy Hollow. Christina Ricci's dress at the end, when she's getting out of the cart, is made to look like the suit Beetlejuice wears.
Yeah, the stripes.
Yeah, and Beetlejuice.
I noticed that.
Also directed by Tim Burton.
Yeah.
A couple, actually 10 years before this movie.
I haven't seen that movie in fucking ever.
What's the girl's name from Stranger Things? The mom?
The mom?
Yeah.
Oh, Winona Ryder.
Yeah, she's in that, isn't she? I thought she's the daughter.
I think so.
In
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. I don't know how much time we got left.
Oh, yeah, 7 minutes or
Okay.
so.
I want to know why. Okay, let me present you guys with a situation. I want to see what you do. There's a demon stalking the town.
Run.
Okay, let me finish talking, you sack of shit. So there's a demon stalking town, and it's your turn to stay on watch in the tower. I'm ready to kick you in the shin if you open your fucking mouth. Your turn to stay on watch. Uh-oh. The demon man riding a horse knocks down your tower. What direction do you go? Do you run into the spooky vape woods, which your candles no longer work in, or turn around and run 20 feet to the town where there are A, more guns, B, more people to shoot those guns, and C, actually, you know what? We'll go B.1. Slower people. Jeff, you go first, since Zach's an antsy little bitch.
Yeah, that guy was really retarded. That scene confused me. He you hear him take the shot, and then he's just like running through the woods. Like, what the? How did this occur?
Yeah.
At the very minimum, you just like lock all the doors and hope you missed and he doesn't come for you, right? Like, you don't go running into his territory.
Yeah, I never understood it. Like, and especially, it wasn't actually explained clearly. Like, it's maybe a 3-second. No, not even 3 seconds. It was a 2-second shot of where the tower used to be, and you're supposed to just gather from that context. But they don't really say with certainty, like, yeah, no, the guy fucked up the tower. He's gone. Like, that could have just been any field around the place. They never explained what happened to the tower. Now, Mr. Antsy Pants, what's your answer?
I'm running.
All right, on to the next topic.
I'm not even sticking around. As soon as I would have left that town as soon as the first body, and they're just like, hey, so there's this legend of this guy. He's a headless horseman. He comes up and he just chops people's heads off. I'd be like, sorry, what? Yeah, he rides on a horse, cuts your head off. Okay, I'm moving to Brooklyn.
That's where
I mean,
I'm just built different, man.
Yeah.
My first thing, because like I'm not 100% paying attention to anyone at any time, right? So I hear that conversation in the background. I'll be like, okay, so he takes their head, right? The next time, if he's coming at me, I'm gonna just coyly get down on my knees and give him some head. And then like I'll be the only person to survive. And they're gonna be like, "What? How did you survive?" Oh, I wish I did. So much demon sea.
I mean, if it was a random killer, like it was like said to be at the beginning, I think leaving the town is just like a good way to get yourself killed, because that's what like two of the people were doing at the beginning of the movie when they died, right? And chances are you're just like a poor retard that lives in this farming town, because it seems like 5 people in the whole town have money. So you can't even afford to like get a carriage to go anywhere. So you're just like walking through the forest by yourself to go to fucking New York, which is days away by carriage. You're definitely dead.
Nah. It's almost the new millennia.
Why did everyone leave at
Almost.
night too? Seemed like like that's the best. Like everyone dies at night, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna leave this evening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of town tonight. Like
Yeah,
That's
I
always
really don't know why she always had them killed one at a time too, right? Like,
yeah.
it's like, oh, there's a town meeting tonight for just the 4 most important people. Like everyone I want dead. This
better
might be
kill
an
Timmy's
opportunity.
dad first.
Yeah. Well, that is a very common like movie trope where you're just like, no matter what, it's like, no, we're leaving tonight. Like if it's a thriller or anything like that, you're like, no, we're leaving tonight. Oh, well, why don't we just wait till the morning? No, tonight. We'll be leaving tonight. How about right now? No, it's 12 in the afternoon. We can't leave yet. We leave tonight. Come on, relax.
It's where
I
there's
mean,
gonna
in the
be
land of
drugs.
art, if something happens at night, leaving at night is in my opinion not unreasonable, depending on the circumstance, obviously, right? But yeah, in the land of horses with no lights or anything like that, and you have take like 16 miles to go anywhere, or 16 hours to go anywhere. Yeah, leaving at night's a bad idea.
Plus, it's all forest. You know how many roots? You know how many... My fucking ankles hurt right now thinking about walking through that forest and just at nighttime just cranking myself.
Why are you cranking yourself in the forest?
Yeah, it keeps the monsters away.
If I make the ghosts uncomfortable, they won't come to me.
I think if I was the guy at the very beginning, I would have taken my chances, like just with the horses running, and stayed in the cart. And if it crashed, then I would like get off and try and make a break for it. But the horses are already running. I'm in an enclosed space. I think I have more chance than jumping out of a speeding carriage and walking through a cornfield.
Plus, he would have had that hit single, Jesus Take the Reins, instead of Carrie Underwood.
Jesus, take the reins.
All right, we're coming up on the hour mark, so let's get some ratings in this award-winning movie.
All right, Zach, you first.
Holy shit, I'm ready with a solid 7. Had a bit of a flow problem to get it all in there right at the end, but it came through. Made me laugh.
Right.
No, it's freaked
For
me
my
out with
wiener.
that goddamn Tardo child at the end of the
How dare you.
like. Hey, it's not my fault.
Eyes are not meant to be that big, okay?
Especially in a.
Smeagol.
Yeah, Christina Ricci was in it, of a legal age, so thanks for that later tonight. And yeah, that's a solid 7.
And we're gonna go from a solid 7 to a soupy 6. It was a little murky at times, but I think it pulled through, and it was a decent movie. I don't think I would go out of my way to watch it again. But if someone was like, "Hey, you want to watch Sleepy Hollow?" I'd be like, "Okay." But I don't know. I really don't know anyone that would like. Oh man, my favorite movie is Sleepy Hollow. Why? What's wrong with you? Deficiency of some kind?
You got an iron deficiency?
Mental deficiency?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give it a 6.
Tell me. Oh wait, I forgot. You don't have a head, 'cause I cut it off.
Okay,
That's a throwback to a different movie. Jeff, name that movie that I threw back to.
Sleepy Hollow. He cuts off people's heads.
No, he can't say that because he doesn't have a head, Jeff. We talked about this earlier in the podcast.
I'm sorry, I don't watch movies.
Okay. Let's just, for science right now, talk without your mouth right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay. Don't use anything on your head. Talk.
It's Morse code on his belly.
I don't know Morse code, but I'm fairly certain you called someone a whore.
All right, we need a rating, Jeff.
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to agree with Jordan. I would probably watch this movie again if someone put it on. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it again. It had a lot of like very obvious issues and whatnot, but overall the story itself was okay. I didn't hate it. Basically, is what I'm getting at. It definitely could have been better if they went heavier in the detective side or heavier in the fucking murder side, I guess, horror side. But they kind of went halfway in between, and I don't think it hit very well. But overall, it was fine. 6.
So we got an overall 6.3.
Excellent.
3 repeated.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good rating. That's a solid rating. Soupy rating, maybe. Almost solid. I think it's getting there.
It's more soupy than solid because we have 2 soupy 6s and a solid 7, so it's more like a stew.
Like pudding.
We've got a stewy 6.3.
Ooh, I love pudding.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Chocolate pudding.
Oh,
from butts.
That's not true.
Men's butts.
No. All right.
Poop.
Join us next week
Poop.
when we watch Sling Blade, starring
What the fuck is that?
The one that got out right there.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Norton.
Who's that?
Be baptized.
He played Bad Santa.
1996. I've never seen Bad Santa.
Oh my God. Bad News Bears.
No.
Oh.
This movie has a great rating on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb.
Yeah, it's apparently gonna be. It should be really
6%
good.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
But yes, we'll be watching Sling Blade. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at ByRailside, Instagram by the Railside, Spotify, all those places you can consume podcasts, and join us. Join us on Twitch, Saturday nights, Friday nights, Tuesday nights, twitch.tv/bytherailside. Other than that, thanks for listening. We hope you have a head, and maybe you get some head.
As long as you're both consulting adults.
Consulting adults.
As long as don't
No,
consult
consent.
adults. Consenting
Your mom
adults.
first.
If you're not adults, then you have to consult adults. And hopefully
Ask
they
your
tell
mom
you
before you
not.
hit or give head.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm trying to hit that. Can I? No, honey,
No,
she doesn't have a head.
stepson. All right. See you guys later.
What?